There you go, Sam. It was a warm March afternoon. I was going fishing with one of my good friends, David. We were going to a lake near where we live in Coal City, Illinois. It was going to be a good day as it was a nice afternoon. I was looking forward to this chance to go fishing, as I enjoy every chance I get to fish because it is one of my favorite hobbies. We initially started by going to a pond that I have fished many times in my life, but this was going to be his first time. And the water was a little bit murkier than usual on this day. We got in the boat, strapped our life jackets on, and away we went. The day started kind of slow. I got into a little one with a single, a small bass, and shortly thereafter, one more. After a little while, we decided it was going to be to our benefit to move spots. About 2 to 3 casts into the new spot, I made a perfect cast into some shoreline brush, and that's when it happened. As I reeled up my slack, I felt some pressure on the line and set the hook. This was the big one. I saw it flash in the brush and knew the fight was on, and this thing was big, one of the biggest fish that I have caught to this day. The fight was a good one, and as I worked it in, I could feel how heavy the fish was. And the closer it got to the boat, the more tense I was, afraid that it may break my line or spit the hook. Then as I pulled closer, it flashed again with the sunlight on this wonderful afternoon, and everything was going perfect. It ran around the front of the trolling motor once or twice, and I chased it around, preventing it from snapping my line on the trolling motor. After a little bit longer, it started to tire out, and I started to bring it towards the surface. This was the chance to land it. My friend David reached down and lipped the fish, pulling it from the water. This thing was huge. He had a look of amazement on his face at the size of this fish, as he doesn't fish as often as I do. So for him, it was an absolutely huge fish. I took it from him and popped the hook out of its mouth and grabbed the scale out of my bag. The digital scale read 6.25, a 6.25 pound largemouth. This was a big bass, a bass that you talk about for the rest of your life. We then proceeded to put the fish in the live well and head back to the dock to get some pictures and show it off to a few other people who were at the lake that day. As we went back in high speed, me and him both had huge smiles on our faces because this was a day that we wouldn't forget. When we got to the dock, I called a friend and told him to come down to the lake with a camera. He soon showed up and we got a couple pictures with this giant fish. Letting it go was probably the best part because I don't believe in keeping a big fish like this. After rocking it back and forth in the water a few times, I watched it swim away, hopefully to be caught again someday by me. I can hope. As I watched it swim away, it was a good feeling to see that awesome fish head back into the water. And from there, we headed back out to do a little more fishing. The rest of the day we did not have much luck, but that didn't really matter because I had gotten the one that I wanted, and he had seen something that he had not seen at this point in his life. We had fun that day, and I will remember it for as long as I live as one of the best fish that I've ever caught. I hope someday that all of you have a chance to catch a fish like this.